We are so rock. We do that sometimes.
Cigarette butts, yes. Gum, no.
Meet the Breeders.
I have got to get some sleep.
I've got to get some food.
It really sucks being a drummer because you sweat so bad that it's not like you can wear those clothes again.
It's a derogatory term that homosexuals use towards heterosexuals. Ooh, they're a breeder, which I think is funny.
I'm Kurt St. Thomas, and welcome to an exclusive interview with the Breeders. For the next 60 minutes, we'll go back into their history and talk with members Kim Deal, Kelly Deal, Josephine Wiggs, and Jim McPherson. The Breeders were born in 1989 with the recording of Pod. The band's formation was a bit complicated because its members were still involved in other projects. Kim was in the Pixies, Tanya Donnelly was in Throwing Muses, and Josephine was playing bass for Perfect Disaster. But Kim describes one night in 1989 when, at a Boston club called Axis, she and Tanya decided to get together for an impromptu jam session.
Me and Tanya went to Axis, and we thought we had a really good idea we could do a dance song. We were really going to try it. So we got David Lovering and David Narciso, went to the music shop and got a drum machine. We went to a rehearsal space, and David Lovering played the drum machine, Narciso played the drum kit, I played bass, and Tanya played guitar. And it lasted for about 2 hours. It kind of broke the ice with me and Tanya, and we were friends, and when she would come over, instead of just coming over, she would bring her guitar with her. So, and then we started writing songs. When 4AD heard about it, they said, well, send us a demo. It's like, oh, wow. So we went to Fort Apache, and they said, okay, record it. And then I said, well, I know this girl who could play bass. Her name is Josephine. I don't know her last name, and she lives someplace over in Europe.
I was lying on the ground with flat iron bars over my head.
One silver drop is all you need to put a hole in your head at 2,000 degrees. That's right, man. You'd be the metal man.
Kim explains how she met Perfect Disaster bassist Josephine Wiggs.
Pixies were doing a show over in London at the Mean Fiddler. And we had an opening band that evening, and the opening band was Perfect Disaster. And that was when I just first saw Josephine. We just said, hello.
Hello.
Then about 6 months later, the Pixies were in Frankfurt playing at the Batch Camp. And after the show, I was playing pinball, doing really well probably. When Josephine came up and interrupted me and said,
Hello.
do you remember me? And I did. And she was with her friend Anna. So we stayed in front of the Batch Camp near the railway station till like 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And then Josephine asked me,
Kim, how are you getting back to your hotel?
and I said, you guys are going to give me a lift. Because meantime, the bus had already left. It's 4 a.m. Nobody's around.
And of course, we didn't have a car. We had to try and find a taxi cab at 4 o'clock in the morning in the suburb of Frankfurt, which was not an easy thing to do, I can tell you. I said, where is your hotel? And she said, oh, I had the address written on a piece of paper, but I gave it away to someone. So she disappears back into this club and comes back about 10 minutes later with these fragments of paper, which we pieced together sufficiently so that we could actually read the address. We drive into Frankfurt city centre and we're looking around and saying, is this going to be the hotel? Is this going to be it? We drive out of Frankfurt city centre towards the airport. The meter has got up to about 60 marks, okay? Kim didn't
I
have
don't
any
have any
money.
money.
I didn't have any money. My poor friend had to pay for this enormously long taxi ride in order to take her to her hotel, which was at Frankfurt Airport. It was perhaps not an auspicious start.
Because
but
you were taking a flight that morning.
I
too,
was.
right?
That was what was so ironic. It was already like 5 a.m. and I was meant to be at the airport at 7 for the flight that I had to catch. But all my stuff was back in Frankfurt city centre. It's been pretty much like that ever since, actually. That's the way we operate.
It lives in folds of red and steamy. It lives in misery. We're hellbound, 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 Downton, Downton, down. It lives in misery. Hellbound, 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 hellbound. We're hellbound, hellbound, hellbound. We're hellbound, hellbound. We're hellbound, hellbound. We're hellbound, hellbound, hellbound.
Even though Kim was in the Pixies, Tanya in Throwing Muses, and Josephine in Perfect Disaster, the trio never thought the Breeders were anything but a bona fide band. As Kim explains, the term side project never came up in conversation.
But at no time did I ever think, Tanya and Josephine, Josephine, you want to play on my side project? No, because we were a band, like a guitar-based band. We had to be in the room all together and play at the same time to make the music that we played. We had a name, and we put an album out, and that album had a name. Do you know what I mean? It never felt like a side project. It seems like a lot of electric dance music is side project-y. You know what I mean? But with the guitar-based, okay, it takes 4 people to play it. We're all in the room together. Let's go, play. That's what pod is, basically, a recording of us all playing. It just never felt like a side project.
She's well acquainted with the touch of a velvet hand, like a lizard on a window pane. Man in the crowd with the multicolored mirrors on his hobnail boots, lying with his eyes while his hands are busy working overtime. A soap impression of his wife, which he ate and donated to the National Trust.
That's Happiness is a Warm Gun, a Beatles cover that appears on the Breeders' debut album, Pod. At this time, the lineup for the band consisted of Kim Deal, Josephine Wiggs, Tanya Donnelly, and a curiously named drummer, Mike Hunt. But just as the Breeders called Kim away from the Pixies, so too did Belly call Tanya away from the Breeders. Kim explains.
So we were doing Safari, and Tanya was playing. She didn't think she was going to be able to make it to do the recordings in New York City because she was busy with the Gorman brothers and Fred Abong getting Belly together. But she can't stay away from us, so she flew in anyway. We met the Gorman brothers in New York City. We were even talking to over with names of her new band, that she was going to have. But that was the last time we knew that Tanya was going to be able to play with us.
With the departure of Tanya Donnelly, Kim recruited her twin sister, Kelly Deal.
Kelly could play drums because she played drums in high school. Josephine
Although
would be
I've
the
heard
bass
that she
player.
can't actually play the snare drum and the kick drum at the same time.
Can't. No way.
That's
Thank
not
God
really
we
playing
didn't do
drums,
that.
is it?
Well, I did.
And
I
I
was
would
able
play-
to back then, but I can't now.
And I would play the rhythm guitar. But she didn't want to play drums. She wanted to play the lead guitar. And I said, well, you can't play guitar. And she said,
I don't care. I want to play the guitar.
anyway. So she learned the parts on Pod, and then she played all the parts on Last Splash. It's not like Smashing Pumpkins. She's not the representative of a lead guitarist in the band. She actually plays on the album.
Do you feel comfortable saying that?
Yeah, I feel pretty
Well,
comfortable.
they've said it themselves, haven't they?
Yeah, Kelly's not really in the band.
Enter drummer Jim McPherson.
Kim and I went to Canal Street Tavern. It's a local place in Dayton. We saw Jim there, and Kim thought, oh, he's really cute. I really like the way he hits the drums. So we were doing some demos and stuff, and we just invited him to do the demos with us, and he did, and then we just stole him from his band. But it wasn't that bad, because, like, his band, one of them was a substitute teacher, and they couldn't, like, play on school nights and stuff.
So we don't feel that bad, really.
Nah.
They asked me if, I either wanted to play at Canal Street Tavern the rest of my life or open up for Nirvana in Ireland. I told them I'd have to get back with them. And I also
other
have a
reason,
pickup
Jim.
truck. Can you
Yeah.
believe that, huh? I don't know. You guys added up.
Okay, now Jim's going to play the songs with us. And okay, Josephine's flying in soon. Why don't you learn all the songs on Pod and all the songs on Safari too?
In which I
And-
had 2.5 days to do it in.
And he learned them.
So I
Couldn't
stayed
believe
up
it.
till wee hours in the morning.
Yeah.
I was no fool. I knew what was happening.
Yeah. One of the first things that we did on our list of things to do now and as a band was to fly over to Europe and open for Nirvana and then do like the Glastonbury Festival. Let me tell you, we were petrified.
Yeah.
I went from a 250-seater at Canal Street Tavern to an 8,000-seater in Dublin. And we played a Park Pop Festival in Holland for 150,000
1,000
people. And I can't even remember it.
That's all that's left behind. The skies and the
You're listening to an exclusive interview with The Breeders.
When we come back, we'll find out about the making of the Breeders LP Last Splash.
We're back with The Breeders.
In her career, Kim Deal has worked with a number of producers, including Steve Albini and Gil Norton. For Last Splash, Kim hooked up with Mark Freegard, and the results were quite different from Pod.
Pod was literally just recorded. We all four stayed in this room. It was me and Tanya, Josephine, and Britt. We didn't even wear headphones. He pushed record, and we played the song, and then he pressed stop, and we were done with that song. And that is the music on the album.
There was nothing of, well, I think we can do that better.
Yeah,
you know, or
there's
let's
no
try it. You know.
bass punch-ins or anything like that. Whereas Last Splash, if we didn't like a guitar sound, we would try it again.
We would record a song and then maybe 4 days later after listening to the tape decide, well, maybe we should have done that faster or we should have done it slower, and we would go in and do another version.
For the demos for Pod, how long were those sitting around before they actually got recorded? You know, like a year. And for the ones with Last Splash, you know, lots of those songs had only been in existence for like 2 months, and it takes a while to listen to a song to figure
Yeah,
out,
maybe.
you know, what you want to do with it. You know, where its home is.
On the last splash. I know you, little libertine. I know you're a real I know you, little libertine. I know you're a cannonball. I'll be your whatever you want. The bong in this reggae song. Spitting in a wishing well, blown to hell, crash. I'm the last splash. I'll be your whatever you want. The bong in this reggae song.
That's Cannonball, the first single from the Breeders LP Last Splash. To make the video for Cannonball, the band recruited Sonic Youth's Kim Gordon, who, by the way, had never directed a music video before.
See, we recorded in San Francisco, but then after about 5 weeks of the recording, we went over the Golden Gate Bridge and lived in Sausalito while we mixed at the notorious Plant Studios there. And we lived on houseboats. So on one of these houseboats in April, I looked at Josephine and said, "Do you know who I think would be a good video director? Kim Gordon."
And I said, has she ever directed a video before?
And I said, "No, I don't think so."
And she co-directed it with Spike Jones, and like 100% Sonic Youth video, all those skateboarding shots, Spike Jones did. So Spike did a lot of what they call B-rolls.
Kim
right?
was like more of the big picture person. We just got done doing the second video, Divine Hammer, with her. She went to Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, they got a lot of Deliverance-looking shots.
Yeah. So then me and Kelly went to L.A. to do another section of the video, because the name of the video, again, is Divine Hammer. So this song was supposed to be, a lot of, when people, Christian bands like Peter, Paul, and Mary, they always give you symbols to sing. If I had a hammer, the carpenter, miles, mountains. So I'm kind of making fun of it, saying, "Oh yeah, I'm looking for a divine hammer." Then it's got divinity in it, so I wore a nun outfit. Kelly was in a choir outfit. They put a harness on us underneath the clothing, and then there's 2 little attachments on the back near the spine. And then they had a big crane with 2 little aircraft cable,
Yeah, that's
hooked
what
it
he
onto
said.
the back of the harness, and cranked us up in the air, and then drove this thing down the road. It was humiliating. We're
We're
hanging,
pretending like we're flying or
flying
something.
nuns. Yeah, we're flying nuns. That's what we are.
Yeah.
It was Thurston's idea.
I'm just looking for a way around. It disappears this year. You're out of water. I'm just looking for the divine hammer. One divine hammer. One divine hammer. I'm just looking for one divine hammer. I bang it all day. The carpenter goes bang, bang, bang. I'm just looking for one divine hammer. One divine hammer. Divine hammer. I'm just looking for a faith, waiting to be followed. It disappears this year. You're out of water. I'm just looking for one divine hammer. One divine hammer. Divine hammer. One divine hammer. One divine hammer. One divine hammer. One divine hammer.
That's Divine Hammer, the second single from Last Splash. Another song that appears on the LP is Do You Love Me Now, a song previously released on the Safari EP. It's a little different than the Safari version. In fact, it's slower in tempo.
It's even more different than you thought, then, apparently, because it's very, very different. It's like half the speed.
If I saw you now.
We were playing the song live, and every time it came to do this song, Kim would start it up, and I would say, "No, I think it's slower than that."
If I saw you now.
I don't think so.
Could I look in your eyes?
No, I think it's slower than that. No, it's slower.
Could I look in your eyes?
It seems a little slow.
Kim would be looking back at me saying, speed it up, and then Josephine would give me these
dying.
cold eyes. Don't you dare.
Dying.
Yeah, it's real dark and menacing. In Keep Rock Evil feel.
Keep Rock Evil feel. It's great.
If I saw you now, could I look in your eyes? Do you think of me like I dream of you? Do you wish you were here? Like I wish I was with you. You loved me before. Do you love me now? Does love ever end? When two hearts are torn away? Or does it go on and beat strong anyway? You love me for. Do you love me now? Come back to me right now. Come on, come back to me right now. Come on, come back to me right now. Come on, you love me more. Do you love me now? You love me more.
That's Do You Love Me Now? Kim Deal is credited as vocalist on the LP, but there is one song where her sister Kelly sings lead. It's called I Just Want to Get Along, and it too has a complicated origin. Kelly explains.
That was actually from the pod recordings, that song was. And it didn't cut the mustard at that time. But I remember hearing that on the tape, and I just never forgot. I thought it was such a rock song. I just loved it. And
That's
so
why we
were-
didn't put it on the album. You know that, don't you?
I guess. So when we were trying to figure out songs, how many songs do we have? Okay, we got to make this longer than pod. What about I Just Want to Get Along? So we went ahead and did it.
Yeah, and it turned out to be one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
It's actually got one of my favourite lyrics in it. I really like, if you're so special, why aren't you dead?
That is great, isn't it?
We were rich once before your head exploded. Imagine doing just what the Big Bang did. The whole world was loaded. Way my body's ever coming down now. I just want to get along. I just want to get along. I just want to get along. I look up, the heads fly over. I see a boy I know, his hair's on fire. The
to get along. I just want 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 to get along.
That's I Just Want to Get Along from the Breeders LP Last Splash. Josephine has loaned her vocal stylings to a number of Breeders songs, but she takes the lead on the B-side of the Cannonball CD single. It's a cover of Aerosmith's Lord of the Thighs, and as the band explains, it's more tongue-in-cheek than tribute.
So this is an old song from the 70s, and Josephine sings it.
She does the vocal stylings. Josephine has a good point about this, though. In America, that is really hilarious, her English voice doing this. But she lives in England, so for her...
It's like, I can just imagine everybody thinking, oh, why isn't Kim singing this? Because her voice is so cool. It's, got this cool American thing,
And also
Whatever.
the lines, some of the lines in that song, he's just such a leering, sexist pig. Some of them are, I was with my girls when you caught my eye. Your fashion across the floor.
So the point is that it's a kind of a joke because it is so sexist to think of a guy, leering in that kind of a way.
Yeah.
So I think Kim just thought it would be funny to have a girl singing it.
Girl leering as well.
Yeah.
There's more conversation and music with the Breeders after this. We're back with the Breeders.
I like all the different people. I like sticky everywhere. Look around, you bet I'll be there. Hot metal, the sun, pony in the air. Suing saints at the fair. Saints alive, you're saying, walking squares. The hit her out for the year. It's a lot of face, a lot of crank hair, eroding around here. Summer is ready when you are. Summer is ready when you are. I like all the different people. I like every kind of fare. In the crowd, you bet I'll be there. Walking around, going nowhere. Seeing suing saints at the fair. Summer is ready when you are. 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 It's a lot of face, crank air. Walking squares in the sun. Summer is ready when you are.
That's Saints from the Breeders Electra LP Last Splash. Putting together the music of the Breeders is often a group effort, but writing it sometimes falls into different hands. Josephine's 900, which appears on the Cannonball CD single, is the sad but true story of a failed expedition to the Arctic.
In the mid-19th century, when they were first crossing the Arctic, this was one of the first sea expeditions that was supplied with tinned food. And they hadn't quite got the whole technique down. So all the food was contaminated and all the people on the ship got lead poisoning and they went crazy. And the ship got locked in ice.
Which happened a lot.
Yeah, it was a regular thing for this Northwest Passage trip, is that you just have to wait for 4 months until the ice melted and then you could carry on. But of course all these people had just lost their minds by this point, and they decided that they were going to set off over the ice on foot, you know, and they had these sledges and they in order to take stuff with them, but they took the dumbest things. They took all the tables and the chairs and the cutlery, and it just struck me as what a dumb thing, you know. But it's tragic. It's just so tragic to think of these people just in the middle of nowhere, thinking that they're getting themselves together. You know, we're going to do it. This is it. We're doing it, and yet it's so absurd. And they got it was 1,000 miles until they reached the sea to cross the ice, and they got about 100 miles, and by that time they were all dead.
That's The Breeders 900, featuring on cello Josephine Wiggs. Another song on the Cannonball CD single is Crow Aloha, a tune that, as the band tries to explain, gave birth to the song No Aloha, which appears on Last Splash.
Well, I'll just say one thing about it. This was the first song that I actually played with Kim and Kelly and Josephine for a demo. This is the first demo version that they asked me to play on. And Kim was just like, just please go nuts on the drums. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be fun.
And it's like the early version of No Aloha, and it was recorded in a studio in Dayton called Cro-Magnon. Okay, so this is another example of the story being made up after the event. Because I said it was like Crow Aloha because it was lower down on the evolutionary scale than No Aloha. You see, like Cro-Magnon Man.
Kim and Kelly did the lyrics in a bathroom.
Yeah.
They sang it, and I guess she got some ideas from the bathroom.
Yeah. Saw it on the wall. Motherhood means mental freeze. It was
Yeah.
sitting there on the graffiti on the wall.
First you heard Crow Aloha, and now here's No Aloha from Last Splash.
No bye, no aloha. Gone with a rock promoter. A rock promoter. I know I saw, and now may die.
The making of Last Splash required the band to be at several places at several times. Since Josephine lives in England, the band has to coordinate her trips to the States with recording time and tours. Josephine and Kim explain the rigors of being in the Breeders.
It varies a lot. I mean, before doing the album, we all transplanted to San Francisco, so we rehearsed for the album in San Francisco before going and recording it. And then again, when we did some shows in London, everyone came over to London and we rehearsed in London. But last year, for example, I spent quite a lot of time in Dayton because we were doing rehearsals for the US tour.
But we're together, it seems like a lot, but hardly ever in one place. We're just traveling around so much.
Kim, Kelly, Jim, and Josephine will all be together again when they head to the studio to record their next album. But for now, the Breeders will rely on cigarettes, beef burritos, and insects for inspiration.
It's a song about beetles running towards a light for a big nuclear bomb.
That's right.
Is it
We worked out
cockroaches?
this whole story for it.
You mean you worked out the story after you'd written the song?
But I don't think about
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
We did. Me and Kim
That's
were
what I
at
thought.
Cro-Magnon, and we were listening back to it. Cockroaches are the only thing that could survive, and you know.
And that's a new year. That's right. And that
Yeah.
would be the new year, right?
Yeah, and the light would
You
be
come
the
from light.
You guys are geeks.
afterlight. You're just saying that because you weren't there.
Here's the song New Year. I'm Kurt St. Thomas. Thanks for listening.
We have